What's going on, everybody? Tyson from VS Card Hub coming in, and I've been looking forward to this one. I've been waiting patiently for these. We've got the new 2025 Score Football Hobby Blasters. Just hit. I actually picked up a case of these. 35 bucks a box, 700 bucks for the case. Not a bad price. I think it's about what they were last year. I had a ton of fun with the Score Hobby Blasters last year. I still have two left. Saving those. Stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a box battle. We'll probably do two more blasters, 2025 versus 2024. But the 2024s were loaded. They had a ton of nice numbered stuff, a ton of really fun cards. The one in the back that I've showed off a bit, this came out of 2024 Score. I pulled a Nick Chubb to 10. And that has actually gone into my PC. Gemmed it out. Super cool card. Pulled that out of a hobby blaster last year. So looking to strike lightning or catch lightning in a bottle again. See if lightning can strike twice. There we go. That's what the words I'm looking for. Hoping these are good. There's less cards this year. So we're getting 6 packs per box, 15 cards per pack. Last year compared to 2024, these things are absolute bricks. These were 6 packs with 22 cards. So you're getting 7 less cards per pack, which may not be bad. Apparently it's supposed to be less on the base cards that you're getting out of here. Kind of focusing more on numbered cards, inserts, parallels, autographs. Definitely looking for some rookie autographs out of here. Panini has a really good autograph class this year. Definitely not, it's not all the QBs like last year. Your two top QBs over with Fanatics are obviously Cam Ward and Jackson Dart, but pretty much everybody else from this rookie class is going to be in most of the Panini products. There will be probably a few that get pulled for Fanatics exclusives. I tried to look up the Fanatics exclusive checklist this year. It's kind of weird because Fanatics lists Cam Scatabo as a Fanatics exclusive, but I think it's only for memorabilia because he does have autographs in Panini products. So yeah, luckily you can get Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter. Both of those guys are Panini exclusives. So Panini cooked with those. Also, Patrick Mahomes is signing in Panini again. So Patrick Mahomes for the longest time, since, after his rookie year, wasn't really signing with Panini, but you could pull him out of things like Leaf and kind of the, whatchamacallit, like a lot of the unlicensed stuff. But you couldn't get him on licensed. But this year you can get Patrick Mahomes. He is back. So if you chase Patrick Mahomes autographs, you can get them again. Here we go. We're jumping in. Whoa, as I knock them all over. Jumping in 4 boxes. We'll just go ahead and get to ripping. Let's see. Let's throw a box in the background here just so we don't forget what we're opening. But here we go. Score Hobby Blasters. Let's get to it and kind of see how they look. We've already seen the hobby box. I opened the hobby box. I wish I would have bought more hobby boxes. It's kind of a... does not want to open. I wish I would have bought more hobby boxes when they were pre-ordered at, I think they pre-ordered at 180, 190, something like that. Now that they've hit and the hobby boxes, everybody has seen how crazy good they were. You're paying $250 to $300 for the Score hobby boxes. So yeah, hoping the blasters kind of take some of that pressure off. So here's your rookies on the front. There's a little Will Howard action. Phil Maffa. We'll take an Omari and Hampton, put our rookies over here. So yeah, kind of like the hobby box. There's Marvin Harrison, Emerged Malik Neighbors, and Omari and Hampton on the hot rookies. Trevor Etienne on the yellow. So these are the yellow parallels. Pretty similar to last year. And then you got a ton of base. So not as much base. Like last year it was base, some insert cards, and then a ton of base. This year they at least took out some of the base. You're still getting a bunch of the little inserts. And yes, it's Score. Inserts are inserts. But Score also has patch cards this year. So it looks like we have our first patch card in here. There's Jaden Higgins and Trey Hendrickson. It's going to be our patch card. A little zoned in. We'll take that. And then our inserts here. We got Jimmy Johnson, draft Shedeur Sanders, and a Shedeur Sanders hot rookies. That's Grady Jarrett. And base. So there you have it. It's fairly similar to the hobby boxes. I'm curious how the numbered cards are going to work out, because last year in the Hobby Blasters, usually you got like 3, 4 if you were lucky, numbered cards per box. They were the cubics. They were numbered down to 120. So it looks like we got our first cubic here. Blue cubic, super cool looking. A lot of people didn't like them. I thought they were pretty cool. So we got Jalen Carter. There's Abdul Carter, Harrison Smith, and our first cubic. How about a DJ Moore? That's to, okay, 185. All right, so they upped the print run this year. So the cubics last year, this is the blue cubic design, but this design last year, it was numbered maximum to 120. This year it's numbered to 185. So there's 59 of 185. So they did bump up the print run this year. All right. Well, hopefully that means we still get some good stuff. Like I said, usually last year I was getting like 3, 4 if I was lucky out of each box. So let's see. Did they have that? Yeah, there we go. There's our checklist. Yeah, so 185 cubics. Ooh, so you can't even get them below 25. They probably save those for the hobby boxes. There's also going to be mega boxes this year of Score. So grab 0. So you cannot get... Oh, they took a lot of the numbered stuff out. Like I said, I pulled that Nick Chubb out of a hobby blaster. So apparently you cannot get the low numbered stuff out of here. They must have moved all that to hobby. I did not realize that one. So pretty much you're not getting as much good stuff as last year. Riley Leonard. Not getting as much numbered, I should say. There's Tet McMillan, Mike Evans, Earl Campbell, and David Njoku on the yellow. Caleb on the second year. So that's kind of unfortunate. Like I said, the Hobby Blasters last year were super fun. Had a ton of fun opening those. Worked them into breaks. A lot of people loved them because they, like I said, they had a ton of numbered stuff you could get out of there. So, yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. Looks like we got another patch card here. There's Kyler Murray is going to be our patch card. Horizontal. So that's not numbered, but stars of the NFL. Kyler Murray. Mika Buka, Trey Harris, CeeDee Lamb, and Drew Bledsoe on the yellow. Now it's got me thinking, like, man, that's going to be kind of terrible. I've only gotten one numbered card. Hopefully I get a second cubic here. Okay, yeah, so we got at least got a cubic, so there's that. No autographs. There's Cam Scadbo. Richard Seymour. And how about a Colston Loveland, 48 of 185. That's actually a pretty good one right there. I'll absolutely take that. Solid rookie cubic right there. Colston Loveland for the Bears. He'll be our first one on the stands. And base. All right. So there's box number 1. That's... All right. I was excited. We're getting more patch cards, but we're getting less numbered cards than last year. So that's kind of unfortunate. Ty Felton. You got McCaffrey. There's another Shedeur on the emerge. Tyler Warren. And Riley Leonard on our yellow. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, because like last year, like I said, I'm going to do another one. I'm going to take a look and compare last year to this year. And we will see, because like I said, I remember getting at least like 3 of the cubic numbered cards, or cubic or numbered in here. So we will see. Maybe they've got stuff that's not on the checklist there. My packs from falling over. It's Mason Graham and Travion Henderson. And Zay Flowers on the yellow. So yeah, maybe they'll have stuff in there that's in here that's not on the checklist. That would be kind of nice. And top 100, number 25. Yeah, everything's numbered to 25 is the lowest, at least according to the checklist. So we'll see. That's going to be a little unfortunate. So here's our first cubic of this box. There's a Jeanty. Isaiah Bond, this guy. Kind of sucks. Let's see, did they show him? Yeah, so they actually got Bond in here. I talked about it in one of my other videos. It's just an NFL Shield. He's not actually on a team. So he's got no team here. He's got some legal issues he's dealing with. Yeah, went undrafted. He was like projected for like the 3rd round, getting picked up by the Raiders. Here's Josh Allen to 185. Ended up not getting picked up, but in, what was it, Elite? They actually had him in Elite as being on the Raiders, which obviously he wasn't on the Raiders. But I think it was mainly because they looked at what the mock drafts had him going, and pretty much all the mock drafts were consensus 3rd round, Raiders pick. But yeah, once he had some legal troubles, he is not on a team. Oh my goodness, look at that. I wonder if that would count as a little off-centered if I sent it in for grading. That's... That even... Oh yeah, no, they chopped the whole side of that card off. Man, somebody missed on this one. So yeah, that whole side of the card completely chopped off. All right. Whew, high score on that one. All right, Will Campbell, Watts. There's Brady Cook. There's a little Ashton Jeanty on the Emerged. And Rashawn Gary on our yellow. Still no autos. It's only a couple numbered cards. This one's thick. We might have a patch card in this one. Travis Hunter. That would have been nice if that was an autograph. And there's a Bijan. We'll take a Bijan. Stars of the NFL. Caleb Johnson. There's another Travis Hunter. And 2nd year Brock Bowers. And then a Jalen McMillan on the yellow. Would love to pull an autograph. Like I said, the hobby boxes were just super fun. Go check out the video on the hobby boxes if you're not already. Super fun. Got a ton of stuff out of there. There's Trey Harris, Luther Burden on the Emerged, and Dan Marino. And then deep cut Rich Gannon on the cubic. 55 out of 185 on the cubic. Rich Gannon for the Raiders. Not a bad QB. A little overrated for when he was. All right, 2 boxes down. I'll try and zip through these. Now that we've seen them a bit, we kind of know what we're looking for here. Really looking for autographs. Not finding too many at the moment. Riley Leonard, Tet McMillan, Derrick Henry, and Quinn Ewers. Take Quinn Ewers on the yellow. Yeah, I'm kind of sad about that. I didn't see that on looking at the checklist ahead of time that the Hobby Blasters did not have as many of the numbered cards. There's Jackson Dart base. So you can at least still get Jackson Dart's base out of here. Jalen Milroe, Jonathan Taylor, Brian Dawkins, and Travis Swift on the yellow. That would have been nice to pull something like that Chubb again. There's another Jeanty base, Jack Sawyer. Now we've seen him a couple times. There's a Marion Hampton, Dwight Freeney, TJ Watt. And we're looking at Khalil Mack, 185. 38 of 185. Kind of wish he would have stayed with the Raiders. Dude was an absolute game wrecker. Felton, there's Scatabo, Will Campbell, and Cameron Williams. Looking at Shedeur again, Marvin, Malik, and Vince Young on the yellow. All right, Score. Treat us good. Let's get something good out of here. We got another patch card in here. Taylor. There's Mike Evans on the patch. Stars of the NFL. Harrison Smith, another Jimmy Johnson, and Shedeur Saquon Barkley. All right, last pack of box number 3. So far, been kind of so-so. There's Mr. Bond again. Colston Loveland. Earl Campbell, Jalen Carter, and Abdul Carter. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown to 185, 40 of 185. That case hit I got of Amon-Ra out of the Luminance. Super nice. Did already send that one off. See what PSA says about it. It wasn't even in PSA system yet. All right, final box. Terrence Ashton again. Savion Williams, DJ Giddens. There's Drake May, second year. Colston Loveland again. JSN and Trey Harris on the yellow. A little dark horse wide receiver. I think Trey could have a good year. Especially since they still got Quentin Johnson over there dropping balls. Jack Sawyer again, at least this time the side didn't get cut off. Will Campbell, Marion Hampton, and Shamar Stewart. Bengals finally signed him. Finally got that deal done. There's JSN, Stars of NFL. Ashton on the Emerge, Kamara, Devin Hester, and Ken Houston. A deep cut there. Well, so far this score hasn't been a huge score. Nothing too crazy. Oh, there's a red sparkle. So red sparkles last year were out of 20, I believe. I think that's what I got. The David Montgomery was the red sparkle that I got out of Hobby. I think it was out of 20. Let's see, Travis Hunter is it an autograph. It's not an autograph. There's Caleb Johnson, Travis Hunter, and Brock again. There's J.K. Dobbins on the red sparkles. That's to 25 this year. So 9 of 25. So yeah, then definitely stayed true to the 25. Yeah, the red sparkles, I thought they were lower last year. Could have sworn they were. But they may have bumped it up just like the cubics. Which is, once again, kind of unfortunate. I'm a little disappointed. Got one guy, Dave Barron, Will Howard, Phil Maffa. So no autographs yet. 2 packs left, 4 boxes, no autographs. This is sad. David Montgomery. Kind of expected a little more out of this. Two packs. Come on, let's see an autograph out of here. Jaden Higgins. We got a green JT. Probably going to mess this up. Tui Molowau. Defensive end. There we go for the Colts. Jeanty, hot rookies. And Kyron Williams on the gold. So we at least got one autograph. Tui Mola. Yeah, tell me if I messed it up. I probably did. Tui Molowau. I know for like at least like Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, every letter is pronounced. So I could be messing it up. I probably am. I apologize. All right, Shedeur. We at least got one cubic to end it off. Matthew Golden, Quinshon Judkins. There's a Bo second year. We at least got a rookie. Skunked. There's Josh Connerly to 185, 17 of 185 for the Commanders. Got a nice lineman there. So there we have it. 4 boxes, Hobby Blasters of Score 2025. Honestly, I am kind of disappointed. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. Yeah, you can see you could get the cubics down to 10. There was less stuff last year compared to this year. But this is 2024. I thought the cubics were to 120. I might have had those wrong. But the cubics, you at least get them down to 10. Yeah, gold, red dots. Huh. Yeah, compared to last year, I'm a little disappointed. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I kind of expected a little more. So there you have it. There's Score Hobby Blasters. Not terrible. If you're trying to dive in and grab early rookies, this is, the way to go. You're going to get a ton of stuff, as you can see. Here's our insert, or I guess our parallel and insert pile. Here's all of our rookies with some inserts and stuff mixed in. So you're going to get a lot of cards. There's at least that. You're going to get a lot of rookies, going to get a lot of the inserts. There's a lot less than last year. So Panini scaled it back a bit. They upped the print run and scaled back what you get in the boxes. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll come back again. Stay tuned. I'm going to do a Blaster versus Blaster 2025 versus 2024 comparison. We'll take a look and see if it really is as bad as I remember. I may have just, bad memory. Who knows? I got to jog it a little bit. So we'll see. We'll take a look. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Let me know what you thought. Are you going to try and open any of these? Are you going to try and grab some of the retail mega boxes, retail blasters? Yeah, I'm walking away from this one just a little disappointed in the Hobby Blasters this year. Anyways, thank you again, and I'll catch y'all next time.